Most people think success is about talent, being naturally gifted, born with the right skills, starting with an advantage nobody else has. That belief is the single most expensive misunderstanding in personal development. In month one, talent wins, obviously. The talented person is faster, cleaner, more impressive. The consistent person looks average, unremarkable, easy to dismiss. Month 6. Something shifts. The talented person has coasted, relied on the gift, skipped the repetitions that felt unnecessary. The consistent person has done the work every single day, even the days it felt pointless. Month 12, the lines cross. The consistent person passes the talented one. Not because something dramatic happened, because nothing dramatic happened. Just daily work, quietly, without an audience. This is not motivational content. This is documented reality. Study after study across music, sport, writing, business shows the same pattern. Talent predicts early performance. Consistency predicts final outcomes. Most people think effort is linear. You put in 10 units of work, you get 10 units of result. That model is completely wrong. And that wrong model is why most people quit before anything compounds. The zero loop. Here's what happens when someone works inconsistently. They work hard for 2 weeks, see no results, conclude it is not working. Stop. The clock resets to 0. They start again from scratch next month. The stacking effect is the opposite. Each day of work builds on the previous day. Skills compound. Reputation compounds. Opportunities compound. The work you did 6 months ago is still paying dividends today. The problem is that compounding is invisible for a very long time. You cannot see it working. You can only feel the absence of immediate results. And that feeling, that nothing is happening, is the exact moment most people stop. Every person who has built something significant describes the same experience. Years of apparent nothing. Then, a sudden visible acceleration. They did not suddenly get lucky. The compounding finally broke the surface. Here is a belief that kills more potential than almost anything else. The idea that you need to find the best option before you start. The perfect niche. The perfect business model. The perfect time to begin. The teacher with the red pen. Someone hands in work and asks, "Is this good?" The teacher marks it up. Corrections everywhere. Now it is better. You cannot see the corrections before you hand something in. The page has to exist first. The market is distracted. Your competition is busy overthinking their options too. While you are waiting for perfect, someone less talented than you is shipping imperfect work and learning 10 times faster because of it. Done beats perfect every single time. Not because quality does not matter, because quality comes from iteration. And iteration requires something to exist. The first version is never the real product. It is the tuition fee. The people who find the best option are not the ones who thought longest. They are the ones who started earliest, tried multiple options, and discovered through action what thinking could never have revealed. Success looks fast from the outside. Someone blows up overnight. A business takes off suddenly. A person goes from unknown to everywhere in 6 months. From the outside, it looks like luck, or timing, or a shortcut nobody told you about. Here is what the graph actually looks like when you zoom out. 5 years of flat, 6 years of flat. Then the spike. The spike did not appear from nowhere. It was the only visible part of a very long invisible build. Speed at the end is a function of work at the beginning. The faster someone seems to grow, the longer they were building underground before you noticed them. This is not the exception. This is the consistent pattern across every field. This reframes everything. When you see someone succeeding rapidly, the correct question is not, how did they get lucky? The correct question is, How long were they building before I noticed them? And the follow-on reframe. If their rapid success is the result of a long, invisible build, then your current invisible phase is not failure. It is the precondition for the speed that is coming. The boring middle is the phase nobody talks about. The beginning has energy and novelty. The end has results and recognition. The middle has neither, just the work, day after day, with nothing confirming you're going the right direction. Most people who quit here. Not at the beginning, not when it is hard, in the boring middle, when it is just monotonous, when nothing is failing, but nothing feels like it is working either. The boring middle is not a sign something is wrong. It is a structural feature of every long-term pursuit worth doing. The people who make it through the middle are not more motivated. They simply understood that feeling flat was normal. One technique that survives the boring middle: stop measuring daily results. Start measuring daily inputs. Did I show up today? Did I do the work? Those two questions are answerable every day. Results are not. The boring middle ends. Not because you earn it, not because you suffered enough. It ends because the compounding that was building invisibly during it finally crosses the threshold of visibility. The middle was never empty. It was loading. Let us bring everything together. 10 things 99% of people do not understand about success. We have covered 5 of the most important. Talent predicts early. Consistency predicts final. Effort compounds invisibly. Perfect is a trap. Speed is always preceded by a long, invisible build. The 5 insights that underpin all of them. Stop comparing your middle to someone else's end. Stop expecting linear results from compound processes. Start before you feel ready. Measure inputs, not outcomes. Stay through the boring middle. None of this is complicated. All of it is difficult. The difficulty is not intellectual, it is behavioral. Knowing something and doing something are separated by the single most expensive gap in human psychology. The only question that matters after watching this. Not, did I find this interesting? Not, do I agree? The only question. What am I going to do differently starting today? Because without that answer, this was entertainment, not progress. If this gave you something real, subscribe to Actually Productive. Every week, content built around the gap between knowing and doing. Not motivation, not hype. Just the clearest thinking we can produce on what actually moves the needle.